Weekend was a fun-filled one with all the excitement, the euphoria, the ambience that was created with it. Well, I am here on the hottest, on the freshest, on the red carpet show to bring you all of that. You are welcome to the show. The name is IB Ben Baako, yours truly, IB Ben Baako on social media, and I am going to take you through a jolly ride on the next 30 minutes. Coming up on the show, the EMY Africa Awards. Run for Your Wife, a theatrical show by Image Bureau and Aerial Communications. The launch of a coffee boutique by Nespresso.
In all of these, the chicken, the beef, the jollof. Wow, that is awesome.
So knowing what to expect on the show, let's make our first stop at the Grand Arena where the 7th edition of the EMY Africa Awards happened, and it was such glitz and glamour. I mean, the performance, the execution, everything that happened over there. Well, I have the exclusives for you here on the hottest, on the freshest, on the red carpet show. It was all glitz and glamour at the 7th edition of the EMY Africa Awards at the Grand Arena on the eve of the 1st of October. Patrons who turned up for the show regardless of the rains told the red carpet hosts Rosalind and IB what they were expecting getting into the auditorium.
Tonight, in its 7th edition, I expect nothing but the best.
Expectation is another spectacular night.
The Emmy Awards have been improving on a yearly basis.
And now I'm back, Brown. How are you doing?
I'm good, Ivy. I'm very good.
I was telling you earlier on, like you look like a Barbie doll, right?
Yes, I've been told tonight several times. So when you said it, it was like, I must be in a cage.
Well, we're going to keep you in this cage.
What's the expectation for the 7th edition?
I think for me, the core essence is celebrating great men, individuals who are impacting across the continent. And tonight, I'm just hoping that the awards and the nominees and the individuals who will be acknowledged would fairly represent where Africa is going.
I like that. You know, Africa is going far, and I've had conversations over social media on how people want to project Africa to the world. Currently, when we talk about Africa, we talk about Ghana, and I like that. What do you think?
I wish more for Ghana in many areas. In the area of music, movies, politics, business, I wish more for Ghana. So every day that passes by is what else can Ghana do that would drive us positively ahead. So with you, I'm joined at the hip with you when it comes to the things that we want from Mother Ghana.
True. Now, talking about music, who are you expecting, or who is your favorite amongst these 4 performers for tonight?
Shh. Let me just go and jump.
South African songstress Zahara did a splendid opening of the show. Evie Grace put up a breathtaking performance. Aquabwa, with a soothing voice, captivated the patrons. And even so got everyone excited when he got Sina Soul to join him on stage. Kwabena got the whole auditorium on their feet to dance.
Listen up.
29 awards were done to those who were deserving, with the Lifetime Achievement going to sports broadcaster Joe Latte.
And I would like all of us to give the proper respects to this fine gentleman who sure has done a great deal and has inspired generations upon generations. I do remember so many of my interactions with him, especially that one when he told me about interviewing the legendary Muhammad Ali of blessed memory when he visited Ghana back in the 70s. He told me a story about how Muhammad Ali sat naked as he interviewed him over 40 minutes. And of course, back in the time, they used to use reels, which is now a rare commodity when it comes to how we store our audio content. This is the gentleman who will be remembered by generations, not only for being a mere journalist, but being an excellent one of that, who has inspired many generations. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, over to you, the man Joe Latte, who recently was honored by the AIPS, the global body for all sports journalists. Sir, we salute you this evening, and we say thank you, and thank you. May the good Lord bless you and give all of us inspiration to walk in these paths. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, another big round of applause.
Michael E. KMJ spoke to some patrons and award winners.
Really means so much. I mean, every now and then, I don't take these opportunities lightly. For me, it means that somebody out there is watching.
Congratulations to you for winning this and moving forward. What are we expecting more from you after this?
Well, it's the highest performance. I was so looking forward to it, and yeah, I got to see it. Very beautiful performance. Maybe Awards has grown so fast and it's very amazing. I can't wait for the 10th edition.
Many parts, but of course, is identified in his official capacity as the Director of Business Development and Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Free Zones Board. Please help me with a big
Some notable people
The height of the night was when business magnate Ibrahim Ahmad took to the stage to pick up his plaque and citation for the EMY Man of the Year 2022.
A serial entrepreneur and an impact maker in our society par excellence.
This is how he felt about his win when I had the chance to talk to him.
Well, the future is that I'm trying to let Ghanaians know that there are no boundaries in here for us to perform better. What I've done, other Ghanaians can do better. So it's just more of an encouragement to let them know that they can do even better than I am doing. Well, what it is that every child should know that you should outperform your dad. So you shouldn't measure your performance to your dad, but you should aspire to do better than your father. So I've actually noticed the things my father has done, and I want to do 10 times better. And I wish he was alive to see what the challenge has been.
10 times, how have you done now? I mean, what 10 as the highest man?
Well, I've done 11 out of 10.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations to Ibrahim Mahama on winning the EMY Africa Man of the Year Award. Now that is going to take us straight to the National Theatre, where Image Bureau together with April Communications staged their first theatrical experience, Run for Your Wife. And indeed, patrons who were there had a good laugh. This is what happened at the National Theatre.
Experience was gripping, and patrons couldn't help but laugh all through the theatrical show titled Run for Your Wife by Image Bureau and April Communications. Run for Your Wife is the first theatre experience that Image Bureau and April Communications have come together to enact. Oh yes, and the patrons had a good laugh living through this experience.
Now who is going to be happy? Take your pick. Well, I am not superstitious. I will go.
The cast were super excited the patrons had a good experience.
It was good. It was fine. Yeah.
Is that something you would love to come and see again?
Maybe another one, another version. Yeah.
Good evening. How are you doing? Well, did you have fun in there?
Pardon?
Did you have fun in there?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Well, did you have fun in there?
Yes, I did.
Any lessons learned from Run for Your Wife?
Yes. I think we don't have to live a double life. Yes.
I believe that this one was well put together. What impressed me was the way the lines were all punchlines, because these were lies upon lies, but there was no dull moment of any of them that saying some yawa.
Anola Samobedu, an entertainment critic for the first time on a theatrical stage, seemed excited about what he had done.
Gets you to accept the script. And he said he was actually surprised you said a yes. The first time he proposed this. What actually was it that made you say the yes?
Well, first of all, it was Nashoko who proposed the idea to me. And she said she had a script for me and she wanted me to feature in the play. I mean, there was no hesitation. But she was not convinced, so she went to talk to George. So George came back and then asked me about it. And I said, listen, I'll do it. And so for me, I felt it was another opportunity for me to showcase something.
The last time I saw George on anything was Taxi Driver.
How about Arnold Asamoah-Beidou?
Arnold, the last time I saw him on any sort of stage was UTV.
Were you impressed with what you saw?
I don't know whether the word is phenomenal, fantastic, awesome, amazing, but this play here was so distinct in too many ways.
It's a comedian here who yesterday had a wonderful, on Friday had a wonderful time here. Were you able to have any good laughs in there?
It was smart from start to finish. It was great. I realized at that point that hard work really pays. Like if you put in a lot in your craft and maximize the energy you invest in it, people will just love the output. It was great.
Any lessons learned from what you just saw on stage? Any lessons learned from what you just saw?
I have watched a couple of plays here, but I'll say this one is one of the best. My top 3. This will be number 1. It was great, and like a few characters I've never seen do stage play before, but today they just blew me. They blew me.
We don't care. Listen. I'm going to go upstairs and bang on the bathroom floor. You stay here and you listen. I think ours is probably beneath ours. Go and bang on the floor. It doesn't matter. You don't want it seeping through, especially when you're sitting in the bath. Oh well, Bobby will get it. Well, I think I may ask what is coming up now.
Oh, must you?
Yes. Good idea. You may care to give me a ring later and let me know how things are down at the farm.
Yeah? Yes, do keep up the bulletins.
Very good. Then when you go. Gentlemen on the way out said, go right in. Detective Sergeant Boatin again once. Detective Sergeant Boatin from Cantonment. Sorry to bother you once. No, that's all right.
Yes, that's all right. No problem at all. The more the merrier, Sergeant.
So, since yesterday, you've been thrilling people. This is about the 3rd show. But how was the audience reaction today?
I mean, Run for Your Wife is an instant classic. You can't go wrong with Run for Your Wife. The material is so good and quality that anybody anybody can make anyone laugh with Run for Your Wife. Now, take that, and on top of that, add some of the best actors in the game, and you have something fantastic going on, which is what we had this evening. So, yeah, the process was great. It was fantastic.
You come across as a comedian for a lot of people who came to watch the show today. Are you aware?
No, I'm not aware. I'm not aware. I'm not sure I'm known as a comedic actor.
No, not known. You come across.
Come across as, yeah, I do my best. I do my best.
But when you, I mean, I'm sure it's the quality of the script and the story that got you excited when you got the script. But what actually was your character portraying and throwing to the people who came to watch out there?
Well, Detective Sergeant Atipo he's a man of the law, you know, and he's a normal man who gets thrown into an extraordinary situation and tries to make sense of that situation.
Does it look like I'm wearing eyelashes?
And you've done your nails. Wow.
Oh, hey. Hi. Well, in case you're wondering, I'm having an interview with IB. IB, you saw the show. How did you feel about it?
George Kwe, what have you done? What have you done to this man? Now,
IB, how did you?
Well, okay, let me do this interview. Then I'll come. Charlie, get him out of character. Yo, that is good.
Thank you. Thank
that was good. So, what did you put into making sure that you were going to actually nail this character? Research.
Research. Understand the distinctions between the person and the character. Look at the traits of what I want to. Am I going to be a Flemish gay character? Am I going to be, the down low, which is, the ones that are like very masculine, but they are who they are. As for all, I'm going to do the female really versions of all of those ones. So that, and then after the decision was made as to who I really want to be, they would tell you I've always dressed like a girl to rehearsals, walked around to banks, like in my car, with my headgear on, everything, just like walked, literally had to live that life for the past, 6 weeks of rehearsals now.
George Kwe, the brain behind this experience being lived, said he's happy about what the two of them, Image Bureau and Every Communications, have done.
I love Run for Your Wife. The original piece is a British piece written by Ray Cooney in about, 1983. Then in, 1999, thereabout, Miguela Gonzalez adapted it for the Ghanaian market. And since then, we've been touching it, changing it, reworking it. I love it for one simple reason. The theme. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Your lies will always catch up with you. Be truthful as often as you can. What's the worst that could happen if you spoke the truth? That's why I love Run for Your Wife, and that's why I'd want to do it again and again and again.
With a bigger budget, and I'm praying that you get the big budgets. Amen. Well, what would you say about the audience engagement?
Awesome. God really richly blessed them, and we're grateful they came.
So that was the excitement all the patrons had at the National Theatre. Now, one thing I just want to find out from you, have you ever thought of a coffee boutique? Well, to surprise you, I was at a launch of a coffee boutique by Nespresso, and I had some good taste of coffee. It is changing my perception about coffee. Well, this is what happened at the Nespresso. A coffee boutique won't be a top-of-mind thought for me, but Nespresso has changed that. Nespresso launched their coffee boutique at the Marina Mall over the weekend, and I happened to be there out of curiosity, and it was such an experience. So I'm yet to try my coffee, but I have Philip here who was telling me. Philip, you are taking me through some things. So yes. You're telling me, you're asking me how I like my coffee.
Yes.
Okay, so now let me tell you how I like it creamy. Now, what do you have to offer me?
Okay, so I think today I would advise you to try a limited edition. It's extremely good. We do have the Linima, it has both of a mint and a lemony vibe. And then we do have the coconuts. Trust me, if they're to do it right now, the aroma alone will knock your socks off.
I like good aromas. So, and I also want to try both.
I want to try both. Okay, then let me advise you start with the coconut.
Exactly
what I was... Just get that refreshing feeling, then we can move to the Linima.
Because I love aromas. So if you have never tried anything at all, coffee, you need to be at Nespresso. First time opening, and I don't want to miss it. and I'm also going to try it. So I will definitely tell you how it feels like on the tongue, in the throat, and when it settles down. So you need to be here. But so are these the only brands you have?
Okay, so with Nespresso, like I mentioned earlier, we do have the customers at heart. So to give you the idea of a perfect cup of coffee, we have about 30 plus variety of coffees for you to try from. So with the coffees,
30?
Yes, 30.
Boutique. Why an espresso boutique? Everybody will just walk by the stand and just get one and rush out and gush out. But why do you need a boutique?
The experience you get walking into this boutique, talking to our coffee specialists, choosing your machine, tasting your coffee, recycling your used capsules, the sustainability. This you can't get with a booth.
So is this the only boutique, the Nespresso boutique you're going to have here, or you have minds of having more boutiques?
This is a step. This is the first milestone in our journey with Nespresso. Many more are yet to come, boutiques or any, but it doesn't stop here. The story doesn't stop here.
The story definitely it will not stop here. But let me find out from you, when you had the booth, how much was the patronage? Were people actually coming to the booth a lot for you to want to have a boutique?
Of course, Nespresso coffee is sort of by Ghanaians, Europeans, all people know the quality you have. The experience you have with Nespresso coffee is unmatched with any brand.
It takes over everything you can ever think on your tongue. Man.
Just act on all your senses, right?
No, you're never wrong.
Act on all the senses. It just hits you differently.
Now I want to stay with only this. But on your advice, I will try the one with the mint and
Okay, all right.
What actually triggered you to use coffee in all of these? The chicken, the beef, the jollof. Wow, that is awesome.
So I love coffee. I'm an avid coffee drinker. I come to Nespresso like every month. I stock up. And so when the opportunity came to create something through social media, I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. And I really wanted to play with coffee flavors that I'm used to, but with food that I figured out that might even pair well together.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to bring something and you tell me how you did it, right? So don't go anywhere. Stand here. So this is what he has been able to do. A lot of wonderful things that this has coffee all over it, and there's another sauce. So tell me, what is this?
So basically this is the sticky barbecue infused with coffee meatball.
It is so nice.
I'm happy to know that. I'm happy to know that.
Wow.
I'm happy to know that. So it's basically a barbecue sauce, made a couple of espresso shots, and then infused the espresso with the barbecue, cooked it down a bit, added just a slight touch of chili, because we're in Ghana after all. So I had to put a little bit of chili in there, and then the flavors just worked with the meatball.
Do you imbibe everything you like into food?
I think I do.
And the chicken here. I mean, we don't have any coffee here, do we?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
But let's talk about this. What is this?
Okay, so basically you
can hold it and I can start eating
sure,
it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what you have is, at the base you have a chocolate cake crumb, which is pretty much like chocolate soil, and then you have the coffee-infused chocolate mousse. So it's your regular mousse, but instead of keeping it plain or vanilla, added a little bit of chocolate, cocoa powder, all local ingredients, and then I also did another brew shot of espresso and added into there, and then we've got the honey roasted orange, because orange goes well with coffee, orange goes well with chocolate.
It's honey roasted, right?
Yes.
To support Muhammad also. Okay. Her mother and I are friends, so yeah, I'm coming to support her always.
You do coffee, right?
I do drink coffee.
Have you had an experience at Nespresso?
Yes, I had an experience of the espresso. I think it was a Nicaraguan espresso, and it was very nice, very strong but light and very refreshing.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Have you had the Nespresso experience?
I have. Really great setup at Marina Mall, really great organization, great crowd. I've seen so many familiar friends and faces, but it's great to see the brand Nespresso come to Ghana
Have you tasted what they have? The different. I did the coconut, and believe you me, it was amazing. The flavor alone. Which one did you have?
I have a cocktail with an espresso shots. So they've had a whole array of cocktails really creatively designed with Nespresso shots. So it's very interesting to see that creativity come through on the cocktail bar, which I've never experienced before with coffee. So yeah, something new.
So at least there's something new every day, right? Especially so here at Nespresso.
For sure.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. And he has retired from public, appearances. Yeah, but don't worry. Let me put you on the spot. Have you had your experience, the Nespresso experience?
I actually tasted the mousse.
Okay.
And I like it. I mean, they have a little survey going here that asks you about the different things, like what is an espresso, what is a cappuccino, and all of that. So not only is it interesting to taste, but you also get a little of education about latte, cappuccino, espresso, what the difference are. And I'm learning it's not espresso, it's espresso. Not espresso.
A lot of people go with espresso.
Yes.
Espresso.
So that's the revelation for myself today.
Okay. But what? Coming back from the Nespresso Coffee Boutique, this is how I would like to call a close on today's show. Well, I know that you have enjoyed it just as I have enjoyed you and you enjoying the content of the show. Next week, we'll be here, same time, just to make sure that you get involved and also get into the know of what happened over the weekend, event-wise. Many thanks going out to the production crew, Isaac Hassan, yes, my bona fide problem, my property. Yeah, he's my property, even though he's married, yeah. And to the man behind the camera right now, Solo, how are you doing? To Nat Bongo, and also to my lovely media girlfriend, Dory Navio. Yeah, they have all been very, very productive to this production. And it's yours truly, IB Ben Baako. On social media, it's IB Ben Baako. Remember, let's get close up there.